जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। यश यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपद 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिनी गौरतिसे नमः। नमो ब्रह्मण्याय देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चातदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। तं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। ॐ अपवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थां गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष सा बाह्यभ्यन्तरं शुचे। श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु। In whatever conditions of we are in, whether it is pure inside or outside, when we remember the names of Lord Vishnu, we are cleaned internally and externally. I am eternally thankful, grateful to our previous acharyas, and especially His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who has given this Srimad Bhagavatam, who has cultivated so many devotees, and giving an opportunity to speak something about Srimad Bhagavatam, though I don't have any qualification to do so. I sincerely pray Lord Krishna and His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta and other acharyas to deliver some words in the right time, the right intention. If there is any mistake which I have committed, it is due to my own false ego. Okay? Please forgive me for any sins I have committed. Please forgive me for that. Today is an auspicious day. I am blessed to have this session. I thank Lilananda Prabhu who has orchestrated the entire concept. I thank Shilpa Mataji who has organized and given me chance to speak something about on this day, auspicious day. So, reading Srimad Bhagavatam on this auspicious day of Ekadasi among the devotees is a great fortune. I'm eternally thankful to all of you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Subhara Prabhuji, Shilpa Mataji, Padma Mataji, Lilanand Prabhu, Vanilla Mataji, Praveen Prabhu and Puja Mataji, Madhavi
Thank you,
Mataji,
Prabhu.
Satyadev Prabhu, Sri Valli Mataji, Ashalata Mataji. Thank you all for joining today's session. So
Thank you, Prabhu.
without any delay, we'll start our session today. So we are, let me share this. So today we are reading the eighth canto, 24th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Matsya Incarnation. Already we have looked into the dwarf incarnation of Vamana in earlier sessions. Now Parikshit Maharaj is asking about what is the about Matsya incarnation. So today we are starting about not 30. So we are starting 32 to 42. So let me in the interest of time, I will read the translation and purpose. Text number 32. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Saptamehi Adyatan Uddavam Ahani Etat Arindama Nimakshyanti Apayam Budho Trilokyam Burbhuvatikam. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So we do not have any purpose till text number 37. We'll continue reading the translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O King, who can subdue your enemies? The 11th day or from the day today, the three words, Bhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, will all emerge into the water of inundation. Text number 33. When all the three words merge into the water, a large boat sent by me will appear before you. 34 and 35. Thereafter, O king, you shall collect all types of herbs and seeds and load them on that great boat. Then accompanied by the seven rishis and surrounded by all kinds of living entities, you shall get aboard that boat. And without moroseness, you shall easily travel with your companions on the ocean of inundation, the only illumination being the effulgence of the great rishis. Text number 36. Then, as the boat is tossed about by the powerful winds, attach the vessels to my horns by means of the great serpent Vasuki, for I shall be present by your side. Text number 37. Pulling the boat with you and all the rishis in it, O king, I shall travel in the water of devastation until the night of Lord Brahma's slumber is over. Purport by divine grace, Isi Bhaktivinoda Swami ki jai. This particular devastation actually took place not during the night of the Lord Brahma, but during his day. For it was during this time of Chakshusha Manu, Brahma's night takes place when Brahma goes to sleep. But in the daytime, there are 14 Manus, one of whom is Chakshusha Manu. Therefore, Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura comments that although it was daytime for Lord Brahma, Brahma felt sleepy for a short time by the supreme will of the Lord. This short period is regarded as the Lord Brahma's night. This has been elaborately discussed by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Laghu Bhagavatamrita. The following is a summary of his analysis. Because Agastya Muni cursed Swayambhuva Manu, during the time of Swayambhuva Manu, a devastation took place. This devastation is mentioned in the Matsya Purana. During the time of Chakshusha Manu, by the supreme will of the Lord, there was suddenly another pralaya or devastation. This is mentioned in Markandeya Rishi in the Vishnu Dharmottara. At the end of the Manu's time, there is not necessarily a devastation, but at the end of the Chakshusha Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his illusory energy, wanted to show Satyavrata the effects of devastation. Srila Sridhara Swami also agrees with this opinion. The Laghu Bhagavatamrita says, Madhye Manvantrasyeva Mune Satan Manum Prati Pralayasau Babhuvati Purane Kvachid Iryate Ayam Akshamiko Jatas Chakshushayante Manoho Pralaya Padmanabhasya Leelaya Cha Kutrachit सर्वमन्वन्तरस्यन्ते प्रलय निश्चितं भवेत् विष्णु धर्मोत्तरत्व एतत् मार्कण्डेयेन भाषितम् मनोरन्ते लयो नास्ति मनवे दर्शि मायया विष्णुनेति ब्रुवन्नेस्तु स्वयं स्वामिभिर्नैस्य मन्यते हरे कृष्ण text number we are text number 30 till 37 and for the 40 to 46 we will be reading today. So, with a brief introduction of what has happened so far, for sake of continuity, if you see, so earlier we have learnt about the dwarf incarnation Vamana Deva, how Vamana comes in and as a dwarf, seeking for three steps from Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj, though he is knowing that he is Vishnu, he gives the he gives a donation of three steps, and we see how the dwarf gets increased size by size, it increases, and ultimately in two steps, covers the entire material, entire world, and for the third step, he takes the head of the Bali Maharaj. Similarly, you can see in this episode of Matsya Avatara as well. So here, Parikshit Maharaj inquires from Sukadeva Goswami about the Matsya Avatara, the incarnations. There are primarily 10 incarnations, of course. As Bhagavatam Canto 1 says, the number of incarnations are like the rivulets in the ocean. We cannot count how many number of incarnations are there. Because of the Jaidev Goswami, so we have the 10 prominent avatars of Lord Krishna. The first being the Matsya Avatara. And here, Parikshit Maharaj is explaining how the Matsya Avatara has come. Please tell me, explain about why did the Lord accept such an abominable form of the fish? So generally, why Parikshit Maharaj is asking, is saying that the Lord accepted this amount of, you cannot expect to be taking this form, an animalistic form, like Matsya, Varaha, Urma, these all things. So what happened? What is the reason? In Bhagavad Gita 9.11, Krishna clearly explains to Arjuna, Avajananti mam mooda manushim tanashitam param pravam ajananto mam bhuta maheshwaram. So he says, fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental natures of the supreme as a supreme. So whenever Lord descends in this material world, he can descend in any day. परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतम् धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. Bhagavad Gita 4.8. He comes in this material world to paritranaya sadhunam, to deliver the pious people, devotees. Vinasaya to the duskritam. So he also comes for destruction of the demonic people. And dharma samsthartaya sambhavami yugege. Every millennium I come to protect my devotees, to destroy, annihilate the miscreants, and to establish dharma. So similarly, in this incarnation, Krishna comes in the form of Matsya Avatara to first. Here you can see there are two incarnations, not one incarnation of Matsya. There are two incarnations of Matsya explained in this 24th chapter. The first incarnation being the Swayambhuva Manvantra. So when the Swayambhuva was cursed, the Lord incarnated to protect cows, brahmanas, devatas, devotees, literatures. So all these things. So paritranaya sadhana. But whenever he comes, he is unaffected by the three modes of material nature. So we all think that Krishna is in the same form like me, like us. He is also bound by the three modes of the material nature, Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattva. Some people go to the section extent that since our bodies are affected by three modes of material nature, if Krishna takes the human form, he will also be get affected by the three modes of material nature. And God is beyond the three modes of material nature. God doesn't have any form. God takes certain forms, but he is formless. This Mayavada philosophy, we see it. But when you hear this Mayavada philosophy, our our spiritual life is destroyed. So we have to read from the authoritative sources like Srimad Bhagavatam in the Parampara. The first in the first four text, we have seen for appearance of Matsya Avatara in the previous Kalpa when Brahma felt sleepy. At that time, the Brahma felt sleepy. The Vedas emanated from the world was stolen by a demon called Hayagriva. So Hayagriva, a demon, captures from the mouth of the Brahma because he felt sleepy. Do you think Brahma becomes sleepy like all of us? No, it is not. He is an empowered incarnation. He is our Paramacharya. How can Brahma become sleepy? But whenever Krishna wants to descend, he creates certain incidents. He creates certain magics. So that in one go, he satisfies every people. There are karma yogis, there are jnana yogis, there are bhakti yogis. For karma yogis and jnana yogis, this type of interest, Brahma felt sleepy. They always think about how Brahma can be sleepy, why Brahma can be sleepy. There are such philosophies. But a devotee is not after such philosophy. Jnana karmadi anavritam. That is what our Rupa Goswami says. So by material jnana and karma, we cannot understand Krishna. So devotees doesn't mean that Brahma felt sleepy. It is Krishna's divine energy which made Brahma felt sleepy so that he can incarnate in the form of Matsya and take Hayagriva and take collect Vedas from the Hayagriva. That is also first incarnation which was mentioned earlier. Later, second incarnation of Matsya Avatara in Chakshusha Manu, it was explained, where the story about King Satyavrata comes in this. Satyavrata comes. The King Satyavrata comes. So they said this King Satyavrata was protected from the upcoming devastation. So that is the reason during the time of Chakshusha Manu, King Satyavrata was established as the next Manu. So after Chakshusha Manu, the next Manu was Shraddha Deva. So if this inundation happens and the new Manu comes out, and this new Manu name is Shraddha Deva. So the story goes like this. The King Satyamrata was performing various kinds of austerities. So he was a Rajarishi, so he was doing his daily austerities, and during his daily austerities in Kritamala river, a small fish has come into his hands. He felt that he has to protect the small fish. He kept it in a jug. We all know the story. So slowly it started expanding. The small jug did not hold it. He went transferred into a big jug. Ultimately, he transferred into the big lake. Even the big lake could not be sufficient. It transfers into the a big ocean. Then he realizes this is not an ordinary thing that's happening. There is something reason behind it, and he realized that it is none other than the supreme personality of Godhead who has come here. That's what is happening. So, because he was a devotee, he was practicing. He was guided by elegant brahmanas. He could understand the supreme personality, that is supreme personality of Godhead. So, whenever an incarnation comes, in order to understand whether this incarnation is Krishna, we need to have sadhana, right sadhana. We need to associate with the devotees, Guru, Shastra, Sadhu. By these three things, we have to understand this is Krishna. This is an incarnation of Krishna. The Srimad Bhagavatam is an incarnation of Krishna. The devotees are a paraphernalia of Krishna. And everything which is used in the service of Krishna is non-different from Krishna. How do we know this? Because our parampara, the sadhus, are saying this. Entire thing is not separable from Krishna. These are all paraphernalia of Krishna. So this is what realization we should all have. Then the Lord informed that to the king that there is a universal induction happening. There is a pralaya going to come in 1 week. Be ready. Similarly, like Parikshit Maharaj, how Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die in 1 week. So he got an indication that this is a divine incarnation of the Lord for me to happen something. He did not reverse the curse. So when the Lord indicated that this inundation is going to happen, King Satyavrata was not bewildered. He was very happy. He was getting ready within 1 week. What should we do? He did all the activities like Parikshit Maharaj. Then the Lord instructed the king that Matsya form would protect him along with the rishis, herbs, and the seeds and the board attached to the fish horn. That was the indication given. If you see, let us go back here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, O King, who can subdue your enemies on the seventh day from the third world, all the three worlds gets inundated into the water. When all the three worlds merge into the water, a large boat sent by me will appear before you. So there is an inundation going on, pralaya going to come. In this Kali Yuga also, we are having certain pralaya. We are in the ocean. We are drowning in a material ocean. Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. This ocean is Dukhalayam. And we are drowning to the almost to the neck. And Krishna, through this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, is indicating to all of us that he is sending a boat for all of us. This story is not applicable only to Satyavrata, to all of us equally here to understand that we are also in a pralaya situation. So in this ocean, we are always tormented by so many things. We see our mind is getting affected, our bodies are getting affected, our consciousness is getting affected. This is pralaya of negative things happening. In this pralaya, a boat is going to come. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned that this boat is Harinama Sankirtana. So we have to take the shelter of the Harinama Sankirtana. So then we all can be saved. Therefore, O king, you shall collect all types of herbs and seeds and load them on the great board, then accompanied by the seven rishis and surrounded by all kinds of living entities, you shall get aboard that board, and without moroseness you shall easily travel with your companions on the ocean of the inundation, the holy illumination being the effulgence of the great rishis. So in this board, Harinama Sankirtana, the rishis are non-different from all the devotees which you see in the different congregations. So all the different kinds of devotees come into this board. All the living entities whom we are all preaching. We are trying to do book distribution by book this by prasadam. So all this who are favorable for this movement. They all are coming into this same boat, and we are all going to cross this ocean very easily without any morosness. You can shall travel very easily. Krishna is saying that when you take this sadhana series, when we take this sadhana seriously, it is easy for us to cross this material ocean. It's like crossing a puddle of small water. We cannot cross the ocean, but it is easy for us to cross a puddle of water. So that we should not get down of this boat. That is what we have to understand by this. Then, as the boat is tossed about the powerful winds, attach the vessel to my horn by means of the great serpent Vaski, for I shall be present by your side. So here we can understand that this boat is continuously tossed. He is saying your boat is going to get tossed. So when you are doing this sadhana, when we are associating with devotees, all these things, there are so many disturbances that come into our life by way of our family, friends, and so many other things. Our boat is going to get tossed. There are powerful winds. Our mind is getting affected. But Arjuna says, I can control the wind, but I cannot control the mind. The mind is more powerful than the wind. But there's so powerful winds are going to come, especially in our minds. Just only one thing which we have to do is attach our vessel with a horn. This horn, attaching our vessel with the horn is aligning aligning all our activities in line with the Krishna. So when we align our activities in line with Krishna consciousness, we are attaching ourselves with the horn of the fish. This horn is nothing but who is, do you know what is the horn? This horn is nothing but Sudarshan. Sudarshan comes in different incarnations as well. When the Lord comes, he also comes here. When the Lord comes as a Lord Rama, he is the point head of the Ramabana. For the Krishna, it is directly the Sudarshan Chakra. For the Narasimha Swami, it is the fingers. For the Matsya incarnation, the horn of the Matsya is Sudarshana. We take the shelter of Sudarshana. Sudarshana, the beautiful form of the, you will get the beautiful darshan of the Lord. So just we have to attach our activities in line with the Krishna consciousness, with the great serpent, by the means of the great serpent, Vasuki. So Vasuki is the greatest serpent of it. But the head of the whole serpents is Baladev, Balaram. So how do we attach ourselves with Krishna? By taking the shelter of Sudarshana, by taking the shelter of Balaram, the Guru. The Guru Tattva is most important. We cannot connect ourselves with Krishna without the Guru. But I shall be present by your side. Krishna is saying, giving us the confidence. Don't be afraid. I'm there with all of you, with you. Just do these four activities. Powerful winds are going to come. Take care. Attach your activities to me by my horn and by the serpent Vasuki or Balram. So Balram is our incarnation. So then Krishna will be on your side. Pulling the boat with you and all the rishis in it, O king, I shall travel in the water of devastation until the night of Lord Brahma's slumber is over. So Krishna says that I am going to take you. Don't worry, I am going to take you. So this sloka resounds Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Sarva Papevyo Mokshami Masuchaha. So we are continuously in this material ocean from Patal Loka to Brahma Loka. Brahma, Bhuvana Loka, Punaravartana Arjuna. So whatever state we are going in, whether we are in the Brahma Loka or in the Patal Loka, we are tormented by this material ocean. This ocean is made of Janma, Mrityu, Jara and Vyadi. And we are doing so many sins and Papa and Punya. The Papa and Punya, we are all doing it. So because of Punya and Papa and Punya, we are always drowning in this ocean of devastation. And Krishna, what I had to do? We had to take the shelter of Krishna. You take shelter of me and I shall deliver you. So we see so many people. How can I counteract this Papa? I have done so many sins. According to my astrology, I have to donate so many things. Yes, we have to do all those things. Because if they are coming from the Shastras, the donation, the charity to the right people at the right time, which we should not leave it. But we have to understand that alone the charity cannot take us back to Godhead. It is Sarva Dharman Parityajya. So we all have to completely dedicate ourselves to the Dharma of Krishna. Whatever Krishna says, that we have to follow it. Yat karosi, yat dasnasi, yat juhosi, dadasita. Whatever you do, whatever we offer, we have to do it as a sacrifice for Krishna. It is not for a sacrifice. It's not for our personal gain. It is only for the satisfaction of the Krishna. So recently we got one Prabhupada's quotes like that. So we have to do it as a service for Krishna. That is what Samsiddhir Haritoshnam. This is Sarvadharman Parityaja. Then Krishna is guaranteeing it that he will take care of Papa Punya. All those things, everything is removed. That means he is pulling the boat with all of us, the devotees. So just we need to take the shelter of these devotees. We have to be in the association of devotees, do our sincere sadhana of Harinam Sankirtana, and have faith in the Supreme Personality of it. Utsaha, Nischaya, Dharya. With this enthusiasm, if we can continue, we are going to go back to Godhead, which is what Krishna is going to say here. This particular devastation actually took place not during the night of the Lord Brahma. Generally, devastation happens during the night of the Brahma. So, as you all know, Brahma has also a day, one day and one night. Change of day, change of kalpa happens only at the night time, but here it is happening during the daytime. Brahma's night takes place when the Brahma goes to say, but this is what I explained. Still, Vishwanath comments that although it was daytime for Lord Brahma, Brahma fell sleepy. This has been elaborately discussed by Rupa Goswami. So, because one day, because Agastya Muni was cursed Swayambhuva Manu during the time of Swayambhuva devastation takes place. That's what we had discussed. So, it is said that in the Markandeya Purana, it is by Markandeya Rishi in Vishnu Dharmottara, it was mentioned. So, Markandeya Rishi has a desire to see the divine form of Lord Krishna, especially during the time of I do not know the whole story, a whole sequence, but he has a desire to see the pralaya. Then the Lord the tapasya, Lord grants him the vision to see, and he comes in the form of but previously comes in the form of Vatapatra Sai under the kalpa tree. The same kalpa tree, the same Markandeya Rishi, and the same ocean is still present in Puri temple. When you go inside the Puri, take the left, and when immediately you can see the Markandeya Rishi's temple and the Kalpa Vriksha there. There the hand incident has happened. That was the time when this incident was mentioned by Markandeya Rishi. Text number 33. You will be thoroughly advised and favored by me, and because of your inquiries, everything about my glories, which are known as Parabrahma, will be manifest within your heart. Thus, you will know everything about me. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 15.5, Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivisto matta smritirjnanam apoganam cha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Paramatma, is situated in everyone's heart, and from him come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. The Lord reveals himself in the proportion to one's surrender to him. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham. In responsive cooperation, the Lord reveals himself in proportion to one's surrender. That which is revealed to one who fully surrenders is different from what is revealed to one who surrenders partially. Everyone naturally surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, either directly or indirectly. Conditioned soul surrenders to the laws of the nature in the material existence, but when one fully surrenders to the Lord, material nature does not act upon him. Such a fully surrendered soul is favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. Mama evayo prapadyante mayam etam tadanatite. One who has fully surrendered to the Lord has no fear of the Lord of the material nature, for everything is but an expansion of the Lord glories. Sarvam kalam idam Brahma. And these glories are gradually revealed and realized. The Lord is the supreme purifier. Parabrahma, Paramdama, Pavitram, Paramamidam. The more one is purified, the more he wants to know about the Supreme. The more Lord reveals to him. Full knowledge of Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagwan is revealed to the supreme, to the pure devotees. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 10.10, Tesham evanukampam pratam aham ajnana jam tamaha nashyami atma bhavishyato gnana deepena baswati. Out of compassion for them, I dwelling in the heart, destroy within the shining lamp of the knowledge the darkness born of the ignorance. Here the Lord is saying, you are thoroughly advised and favored by me. So devotees are always favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna advises the devotees. Sarvasichaham Mriti. Because he is inside our heart as Paramatma, he guides each and every soul actually. He is guiding every soul. But the devotees are the one who are listening to the Paramatma. If you see, I have heard in one of the few lectures, so our acharyas, our empowered acharyas, all the people, all the acharyas, divine devotees, they are always in touch with the Paramatma. They go slow. Sometimes they take off time, and they during their personal sadhana, you see, they are deeply connected. If you see them, they are deeply connected. They are connected to Paramatma. They can talk to the Paramatma. They get guidance from Paramatma. But the people like me, Paramatma is echoing inside, but it is subdued by an external noise. So in the external noise, when I speak, suppose there is an external noise coming in, when I speak, you cannot hear it. Similarly, this Paramatma is speaking, but we are not able to understand because the noise is of the three modes of material nature. The noise is subduing us to listen from that. Because we are not, especially we are not surrendered to the Supreme Personality. As we surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the way He reciprocates us. That's what He meant. Because of your inquiries. So divine knowledge can be revealed through inquiries. So you see all the shastras which we have, it is because of inquiries and questions, question and answers. These are not inquiries. Pariprashnena sevaya. It should be pariprashnena. Everything about my glories, which are known as Parabrahma, will be manifest within your heart. So in Bhagavatam also you can see in the first, Tene Brahma Hriday Adikave. That's what the sloka says. So it is a heart-to-heart transfer. So when Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki, he appeared from the heart of the Vasudeva to the heart of the Devaki. So it's a heart-to-heart transfer. So Guru Parampara means the heart-to-heart transfer of the knowledge of Krishna. Thus you will know everything about me, only then. It is not by the material, it's not like a material knowledge we have. So if you go to the college, schools and college, even without a teacher, sometimes you can learn and pass the examinations. But this subject of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam Bhakti cannot be passed by our own intelligence. It should be coming from the heart of the Guru to the heart of the disciple. That's what he said next. From him comes the Lord reveals himself in the proportion to one surrender. Ye yatama papa. In responsive cooperation, the Lord reveals himself in the proportion to one surrender. The only thing which we have to understand is the way we surrender, the Lord reveals to us. Of course, Shastra Adhyana is also important. Without Shastra Adhyana, you cannot. Shastra Adhyana is one of the way to realize Krishna. But it is ultimately one surrender that it takes us to understand Krishna. That which is revealed to one is so fully surrenders is different from what is revealed to one who surrenders partially. In Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, you see Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. This knowledge is king of the knowledge and it is secret. What is the secret in behind this knowledge? Secret when it is open book? It is generally we see in our examination, sometimes in our examination, there was open book examinations. The questions is so tough. Even though you open the book, you have the entire material with you, you cannot write it because you lack the understanding of the subject. So, what is the understanding of the subject of Bhagavad Gita, which makes us reveal of the Bhagavad Gita? It is the surrender, which is also conclusion of the Sarvadharman Parityaja. That is what Krishna is saying. If you are surrendered, you can know the knowledge. So everyone naturally surrenders to Supreme Person, either directly or indirectly. Everyone in this in all the worlds has to surrender to either to the Maya or to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no in between. Either you surrender to Maya or you surrender to Krishna. So, and everyone one day or the other, we'll surrender to Krishna. One day it comes, whether it is million lifetimes. Better to surrender to Krishna in this life itself. The conditioned soul surrenders to the laws of nature in material existence. But when one fully understands, surrenders to the Lord, material nature does not act upon him. Such, such a fully surrendered soul is favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. Sometimes I used to wonder how the devotees are getting so much of time. They do their business, they do the services, and how does they get the 20? Everyone has 24 hours. But this is what is the answer, I think. This is one who conditioned soul surrenders to the laws of nature. When one fully surrenders to the Lord, material nature does not act upon him. They degree they are surrendered to their guru. If you see, time also doesn't act upon them. Time is also part of this material nature. Time is not available in the spiritual world. Time is there in the spiritual material nature as well. Only. So when the devotee is surrendered, time doesn't act upon him, and he gets all the time to do all the services and his personal work as well. Such a fully surrendered soul is favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. And okay. The more one is purified, the more he wants to know about the Supreme, the more the Lord reveals to him. So some people say, I have read Bhagavad Gita, I have completed Bhagavatam, I have completed all these small works. There is no question of completing. So as you complete one round of round reading, we see that we are transformed, and when we go read back again. So this is the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all the spiritual scriptures which Srila Prabhupada has given to all of us cannot be completed at any time of life. It is ever fresh because the more you read it, the more we get purified. The more we get purified, the more interest we are getting in Krishna, and the more Krishna is giving the revelations. This entire scriptures is called revealed scriptures. It's not ordinary textbooks. They are all revealed scriptures. So only thing what we have to do is we have to read it, practice in our life, then only we are able to. Just by mere reading will also doesn't work. Of course, it gives some purity. But when we start applying it, then we understand. Then we understand when we understand the glory of Krishna, then Krishna slowly reveals to all of us. The full knowledge of Brahman, Paramatman, and Bhagavan is revealed to the pure devotees. The Lord says, that's what. Out of compassion for them, I dwelling in their hearts, restore the shining lamp with the shining lamp of the knowledge, the darkness of Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnana Shala. Text number 39. After thus instructing the king, the supreme personality of Godhead immediately disappeared. Then the king Satyavrata began to wait for the time for of which the Lord had instructed. Krishna said, "You have to wait till the time comes. Till then, you have to do all these activities." So once if you see, there is a patience involved in it. So we are all looking for Krishna. When we start our bhakti journey, we expect that Krishna should come immediately and take us back to Godhead, which also happens. Whether we are, still Prabhupada says, it takes one moment of time to surrender to Krishna, and He will take back us. That is possible, but we generally expect that Krishna should come immediately and take us back to God. Back. We do not have any patience, but that doesn't happen like that. Utsaha, Nischaya, Dhairya. So, Utsaha, you have to have enthusiasm in this process. Nischaya, you have to be confident on this process. Dhairya, you have to be determined in this process. Krishna is seeing these things, whether we are enthusiastic, whether we have convinced on this process, whether we are determined for this process. That is what patience is. That comes by Trinadapi Sunichena, Karorapi Saishishna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sada. We have to be humble. When we are not humble, we cannot become patient. It is impossible. These two are not mutually exclusive. Humility is the foundation for all the things, patience, everything. You can see the story of Mukund, I think it's Mukunda where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I will not see the face of Mukunda for I will not see the face of Mukunda. Mukunda was very unhappy hearing this statement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All the devotees goes to the Chaitanya Prabhu and request, please don't do this to Mukunda. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, okay, I will see his face after after crore, million lifetimes. Then I will see the face of Mukunda. Then Mukunda started dancing in ecstasy. So when the devotee inquired, why are you dancing with ecstasy? He said, at least Lord is going to see me after millions of lifetimes. After million lifetimes, he's going. It is for sure. That is dhairya. That is utsaha. That is determination. So with all this determination, one day, yes, we have to and we have to understand that Krishna is surely going to. Time is only the separation factor. One day we are all going back to Godhead, provided we are staying in this journey. That's what Krishna is saying. Yeah, your duties, staying in Krishna consciousness, and I am going to come one day and take you back to Godhead. After spreading Kusha with his tip pointing east, the saintly king himself facing the northeast sat down on the grass and began to meditate upon the supreme personality of Godhead Vishnu, who had assumed the form of Vishnu. So when we sit in our asana chanting our rounds, we have to remember Krishna. Prabhupada says, yes, by forcefully we can remember Krishna, but when when our chanting gets improved and improved, naturally the divine pastimes of Krishna will automatically come into our mind. But as a sadhana bhakta, we also have to remember this Krishna pastimes as well. Thereafter, gigantic clouds pouring incessant water swelled the ocean more and more. Thus, the ocean began to overflow onto the land and inundate the entire world. Text number 42. As Satyavrata remembered the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he saw a boat coming near him. Thus he collected his herbs and creepers and accompanied by the saintly brahmanas, he got aboard the boat. Text number 43. The saintly brahmanas, being pleased with the king, said to him, O king, please meditate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Keshava. He will save us from this impending danger and arrange for our well-being. Then while the king constantly meditated upon the supreme personality of Godhead, a large golden fish appeared in the ocean of inundation. The fish had one horn and was 8 million miles long. Following the instructions formerly given by the supreme personality of Godhead, the king anchored the boat up to the fish's horn, using the serpent Vasuki as a rope. Thus, being satisfied, he began offering prayers to the Lord. So, it is important for us to offer praise to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what I explained in the next two slokas. After the next for today, we'll stop at text number 47 and we'll continue tomorrow on text number 48 onwards. The king said, by the grace of the Lord, those who have lost their self-knowledge since time immemorial and who because of this ignorance are involved in the material condition of life full of miseries, obtain the chance to meet the Lord's devotees. I accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the Supreme Personality, Supreme Spiritual Master. Now, Satyavrata Muni is praying to Supreme Personality of Godhead as a Supreme Spiritual Master, Supreme Guru, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. And what he is saying, anyone obtain the divine devotee mercy by the Lord's grace. We obtain the devotee's mercies only by Lord's grace or Lord's mercy. There is no other way. If you see our life, there was some devotee who has kick-started our devotional service. Either we have unknowingly or knowingly served some pure devotee. I met a pure devotee. That's what we have seen, right? I think if you see the journey home by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, when he was hitchhiking, there is a mention about a devotee. Later, it was revealed later, but he got a chance to meet Prabhupada earlier. And later in his journey, he accepted Prabhupada. He met so many other devotees as well. But by devotee's mercy only, one can get the Lord's grace. Who is that? Those who have lost their self-knowledge since time immemorial and who, due to their ignorance, are involved in material condition, life full of misery, who are sinful, who are materialistic. They to start their journey in the spiritual towards spirituality, it is only by the devotee's mercy. Though Krishna says, though Krishna is interested in all of us, And devotees are interested how to bring the other devotees into this Krishna consciousness. It is that due to the devotees' mercy only alone, we are all sitting here in our life. All glories to all the devotees who have been in our lives. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnava. We have to pray for that devotees association. Devotee service is more important than the Lord's service. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the Supreme Spiritual Master. He is the Supreme Spiritual Master. The Supreme Lord knows everything about the suffering of the conditioned souls, and therefore He appears in this material world, sometimes personally, sometimes by incarnation, sometimes by authorizing a living being on our behalf. Krishna knows our problems. We no need to say, "Oh, this is my problem." Of course, without we keep on asking it, but Krishna knows all our problems. But the greatest of our problem is being conditioned in this material world. We are suffering because of these attachments. Krishna comes personal. Sometimes he comes in the incarnation. Sometimes he comes as a Grantha Avatar, as Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. He came as Kali Kali Namarupe. He has come as Sankirtana Yajna. He has sent as a spiritual master. He has sent the devotees. He has sent Prasadam. He has sent so many things for all of us, so that we take this opportunity and go back to Godhead. In all cases, however, He is the original Supreme Master who enlightens the conditioned souls who are suffering in this material world. By this, we have to understand how compassionate the Supreme Personality is. How great is this is what the greatness of Krishna. God is great, but how great is God? He comes to personally deliver us. He cares for every one of us. He is always crying for us to take us back to Godhead. That's what he's saying. The Lord is always busy helping the conditioned soul in the many way. You see the Paritrana, for the first goal why he comes is Paritrana is not for establishing Dharma. Dharma is the third thing. He will do it. But the first thing he comes is to establish, to save his devotees, to see his devotees. Therefore, he is addressed here as Parama Guru Bhavan, the representative of Supreme Personality of God who acts as to spread Krishna consciousness is also guided by the Supreme Lord. Our Guru is also is an expansion of Guru Krishna. Sakshat Daritvena. He is also an incarnation of Krishna. Our Guru is not an ordinary person, ordinary materialist body. It's an American body, Negro body, or Indian body, doesn't matter. He is a representation of Krishna. He is delivering all of us. We have to see him as a representative. Such a person may appear to be an ordinary human. Here, qualities of a guru is being explained. But because he acts on the behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Spiritual Master, he is not to be neglected as ordinary. Not only the Diksha Guru is also an incarnation of Krishna. If you see Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, this explains Krishna expands in the form in the five different forms, and one of the form is Gurun. It is mentioned Gurun, not Guru, it's Gurun. How many types of Guru are there? There are three types of Guru: Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, Pat Pradakshika Guru. All these three are all an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of God. So we can have any number of Siksha Gurus, but we'll have one Diksha Guru. It is therefore said, Acharya Mam Vignade, an Acharya who acts on the behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead should be understood to be as good as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whom should we accept as a Guru? One who is truly representing Krishna, not any from Sampradaya. So every bona fide Sampradaya is coming from Krishna. They are representing Krishna. Can be accepted. साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे युक्तस्य तथा भव्यत एव सद्भिः किन्तु प्रभो या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम्. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura has advised that spiritual master acting on the Supreme Lord's behalf must be worshipped as being as God, good as Supreme Lord. That's why whenever our Guru Maharaj appears, that day is we celebrate as Vyasa Puja. He is an representative of Vyasadeva. For he is the Lord's most confidential servant in broadcasting the Lord's message for the benefit of the conditioned souls involved in the material world. Text 47. In the hopes of being happy in this material world, the foolish conditioned soul performs fruitive activities that result only in suffering. But by rendering service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one becomes free from such false desires for happiness. May my supreme spiritual master cut the knots of the false desire from the core of the heart. For the material happiness, the conditioned soul involves himself in the fruitive activities which actually put him into a material distress. Because the conditioned soul does not know this, he is said to be in avidya or ignorance. Because of a false hope for his happiness, the conditioned soul becomes involved in the various plans for material activity. Here, Maharaj Satyavrata prays that Lord Sever this hard note of false happiness and thus become his supreme person. Here, the quality of Guru. What is Guru doing? Guru is teaching how to serve Krishna. Guru is trying to destroy the material desires. Samsara dhava nalanidha loka tranaya karunya gana ganatvam pratasya kalyana gunaranvasya vande guru shri charanaravinda. This material world is burning like a forest fire of material desires. And Guru is taking the mercy of Krishna and showering on all of us. The foolish conditioned soul accept different bodily forms as a result of fruitive activity. People, we are all trying getting different types of bodies based on our karma. Accepting body is ignorance. That's what general, ordinary, foolish conditioned souls are doing it. They make plans hoping for happiness, but they are only get suffering. In in our SSR session, first session, in search of happiness, we are all trained that, right? We are all looking for happiness in different ways, in name, fame, wealth, all those things. But ultimately, if you see, our happiness is boggling down to only four activities, which is ahara, nidra, bhaya, and maitri. All our happiness, if these four activities are satisfied, the activities are happy. Whatever you do, you are happy. We do earn money so that I can enjoy my sleep, I can enjoy all the things, abominable things, isn't it? So if the Mahabharata says, Ahara Nidra Bhayam Maitranam Samanita Prasubi Naranam Dharmo hi eko adhiko vishesho dharma hina pasuhi samana. Without, if you do only these four activities, we are sophisticated animals. No, none different when sophistication. Sophisticated animals. So the only thing which it is different as is dharma. And this dharma is taught by the supreme spiritual master, the guru. So that's why if we want to progress in your spiritual life, it is very much important for us to seek a shelter of guru. Of course, when you come fresh, the chanting of the holy names will take us. But ultimately, if you don't surrender to guru, if you don't have intention to surrender to a guru, we cannot progress in our spiritual journey. It is very important for us to take initiation. We are not qualified. We are not qualified to take anyway. People say, I am not qualified, I am fallen. Because we are not qualified, we are not fallen. Guru is giving us initiation, Guru is giving us identity. So recently, I am going through an audit in our office. We have certain data to be represented. We have lots of data. We do not know how to present the data to the external auditor. The one who is guiding, the consultant who is guiding us, he saw our data and he just twisted. Of course, there are so many adjustments he had done, and he twisted the data to show certain improvements in happening. And this auditor is happy with it. We have the data before us. We know how we should show some improvement, but we are unable to do it. We have to take help of this consultant, and he transformed the data and showed that it is improvement. Similarly, we all have this data. We all have this information, and we know this should be followed, but we don't know how to do it. How to reach Supreme, how to satisfy the Supreme, we do not know it. And Guru, we don't have any qualification, and it twists all those things and shows to Krishna, and this person is good to go. This person is eligible to go back to Godhead, and Guru will take it. By rendering service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, It is not the knowledge that destroys it. Knowledge is required. Knowledge alone cannot destroy our ignorance. It is the application of the knowledge that is service. Ultimately, if our knowledge is not being transformed into the service, that knowledge is not a knowledge. This service will take us, cuts the knot, and take us back to the Godhead. So, if you see, when we were doing Bhakti Shastri course, when we have finished Bhakti Shastri course a few years back, and we asked for Bhakti Vaibhav course to His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu. So, what was Radheshyam Prabhu saying? Oh, go ahead, Bhakti Vaibhav. You do Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vedanta. No, he did not say that. He said, at least 3 years of service you have to do after Bhakti Shastri. You do service for 3 years after Bhakti Shastri, then we can see whether you are good to go with Bhakti Vaibhav or not. Why did he say that? He also gave the reason. Knowledge goes to the head. If you read all these things, it goes to the head. And if it stays in our head weight gets increased. Our head weight gets increased. What is the head weight? Pride. I know everything. Nobody knows that what is there in Bhagavad Gita. I know it. I have read every sloka. I have heard all these things. I am a great devotee. This pride comes into us. But when you do service, all the matter which is in our head, all the Shastra kind which is in our head, transforms into the heart. Means it transforms into compassion. Compassion is what is spoken in all the Shastras. In all of our words, we see it is the compassion. This knowledge which is inside our head should go into our heart as a compassionate person. That comes to the service. And this service takes us back to Godhead. Then Krishna sits in our heart. Dunoti Yamalam Krishna. So Krishna enters into our heart into the form of sound. And he sits in our heart. When we surrender service to our heart, it comes out as a compassion. Then it goes. So once one devotee was asking to His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj, how can we chant the holy names with pure heart? But presently we are chanting with our lips. But how can I chant the holy names of Krishna by my heart? For this, Maharaj has given a beautiful example. Of course, we are doing the 16 rounds. We are completing the 16 rounds. That is much more important. That's also good. But after chanting the holy names, if our desire is if our desire is to serve Krishna and his devotees, then you are chanting from the heart. Even after chanting the holy names, our desire is not to serve the devotees, it is coming from the lips. If our desire is to serve the devotees, it is coming from the heart. Sincerely seek service from the heart and chant the holy names of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. That is chanting with sincerity. Let us all pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and all the acharyas in the parampara, and the Hare Krishna Mahatma, Hare Krishna Prabhu, so that one day we'll get this desire to serve the devotees sincerely, to chant the holy name sincerely. Jivadoya, Vaishnava Seva, Namaruchi. These are the three goals which we all have to aspire for. When we have these three goals, the divine board of the Supreme Lord Krishna comes for all of us, and one day we are all going back to Godhead. Today we'll stop it at this point. Tomorrow we'll continue the same section from text number 48 till 61, how it is progressing further. At this point of time, I am opening this forum for all of you. For any realization, any chastisement, please forgive me for anything, any faults I have committed, any apradha. The forum is open for all.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Satya Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
వండర్ఫుల్ ప్రభుజీ, చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు ప్రభుజీ. ఇందాక వీ హ్యావ్ సిరీస్ ఆఫ్ శ్లోకాస్ కంటిన్యూస్ గా వచ్చాయి కదా, అది
Yes.
ఒకసారి ఏంటి ప్రభుజీ, ఆ సమ్మరీ ఒకసారి చెప్తారా మళ్ళీ?
Series of sloka first, and that means 30, maybe 37th. Let me share. See.
పర్పోర్ట్ లో కంటిన్యూస్ గా కొన్ని శ్లోకాస్ వచ్చాయి చూడండి, అవి మత్స్య పురాణం నుంచా మీరు అది?
That's from Lagu Bhagavatamrita. Sridhar Goswami gives that Lagu Bhagavatam. It is saying that when Matsya Avatara, when the Matsya Avatara incarnation is happening. So generally, indentation happens at the night of the Brahma. But in these two indentations, it happens in the middle. That is confirmed in the Lagu Bhagavatamrita and what is another Shastra? Matsya Purana also. But this is the slokas which we quoted is from the Lagu Bhagavatamrita by Sridhar Goswami.
హుహు. ఓకే. 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 అంటే వాటి సమ్మరీ ఏమన్నా చెప్పారా ప్రభుజీ అందులో? ఏంటి అనేది? వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? ఐ థింక్
The
యూ హావ్ 6, 7
I'll read the summary. This is given in the purport itself. The following is a summary of his analysis. Because Agastya Muni cursed Swayambhuva Manu, during the time of Swayambhuva Manu, a devastation took place. This devastation is mentioned in Matsya Purana. During the time of Chaksusha Manu, by the supreme will of the Lord, there was suddenly another pralaya or devastation. This is mentioned in by Markandeya Rishi in Vishnu Dharmottara. At the end of the Manu's time, there is not necessarily a devastation. But the end of the Chaksusha Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his illusory energy, wanted to show Satyavruta the effects of devastation. That is what is guide. Prabhupada gives the Sridhara Swami commentary and the slokas. This
ఓకే.
for the
ఓకే.
authenticity of the information.
అంటే ఎందుకు కర్స్ చేశారు ఆయన అని అది చెప్పలేదా ప్రభుజీ? ఆయన ఎందుకు కర్స్ చేశారు
No,
మనుని?
that is not explained in this portion. I think
ఆ!
earlier classes there was I think it was explained. The first Matsya Avatara was explained by the. I think earlier speaker would have explained fully about why it was cast. But
ఓకే.
no such details in this as of now.
ఓకే. ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. థాంక్ యూ. థాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ప్రభుజీ.
Thank you so much.
హరే కృష్ణ ధన్యవాదాలు రోజు.
Hare Krishna, Ram Charanjit Prabhu.
ప్రభు చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు ప్రభు క్లాస్. ప్రభు ఇంకొక పాయింట్ ఐ జస్ట్ వాంట్ టు యాడ్. వన్స్ హిస్ గ్రేస్ గౌరంగ్ దర్శన్ ప్రభు వాజ్ ఆల్సో టెలింగ్ most of the time when we get knowledge, when we don't do service, our heart also becomes hard. When our heart becomes hard, we also do offenses. Just an addition, Prabhu.
Yes, obviously. That's for that, if you understand, soft heart means compassionate heart, sharing the knowledge with others. If you are not sharing our whole knowledge with others, it is steel-hearted. So the knowledge should come into our heart and gets transformed to others. It's a divine expression of love. So sincerely serve, not for the name of. So once when recently I went to Kartik Yatra, where His Grace Amal Prabhu, you might be knowing it. He has given me a nice gift of from lecture of Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He was in the 4 points he was mentioning. The first one is offer your life, your body, and everything to Srila Prabhupada's grace. Sincerely, as a priority, take shelter of the chanting of the holy names. Follow the 4 regulatory principles sincerely. And the 4th point, which Maharaj was always stressing, was serve the Vaishnavas with all humility, not as an artificial ritual, but from the heart. That's what his expectation from all the acharyas, not only Radhanath Maharaj, all the acharyas. Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Saishna, Amanena Maradena, Kirtaniya Sada, which is what we all have to ask. Thank you so much for adding, Guruji. Any other point? Any other additions? We are good to go. So if there are no questions, can we end? Silpamadi, can we end the session?
Hare Krishna Prabhu Pranam.
Yes, yes. Praveen Prabhu. You have a question?
No, Prabhuji. It's a very nice session, Prabhuji.
Because of all of your association, I'm reading Srimad Bhagavatam second time with an association of Praveen Prabhu and Puja Mati. They are coming very sincerely. Thank you for your association, Prabhu. Without that, I would not have done this.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
You are an encouraging for me. So if there are no doubts, we'll end up the session. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you so much.
Hare
Thank
Krishna
you very
Prabhu.
much.
Thank you so much. Very excellent session.
We'll meet again tomorrow.
థాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ. ధన్యవాదాలు.